Hello students, today we have to start chapter 3 coordinate geometry. This is our video 1 on this chapter and we have to cover uh, coordinate axis, Cartesian plane, quadrants in this in this video. Now let us consider our number line. This is our number line. Here 0 represented by O. This is 0 represented by O. Right side of the 0 are positive numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right side of the 0 denoted by OX, and left side of the 0 represent negative numbers minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and represented by OX dash. Now this is our number line, horizontal number line, where 0 represented by origin O, and right side of the 0 there are positive numbers, and left side of the 0 there are negative numbers represented by OX and OX dash respectively. Now make this number line as vertical number line. You can see in the figure O is the origin, and above this origin, above this 0, positive numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 represented by OY, and negative numbers are represented by OY dash, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So this is our vertical number line where O is the origin. Now place these two horizontal and vertical number lines such that their point of intersection O and they are both perpendicular to each other. Like this, you can see here. This is our number line, horizontal, and this is our vertical number line. Intersection of both these horizontal and vertical lines is point O, denoted by point O, and they are both perpendicular to each other. O is origin, OX is positive x-axis, OX is positive x-axis, OX dash is negative y-axis, negative x-axis, OY is positive y-axis, and OY dash is negative y-axis. So these are x-axis and y-axis. Positive x-axis denoted by OX, negative x-axis represented by OX dash, positive y-axis denoted by OY, and negative y-axis denoted by OY dash. Now these axes, x-axis, x-axis and y-axis, these axes are known as coordinate axes. These x-axis and y-axis are known as coordinate axes. Axis is word plural of axes. These axes divide the plane in 4 parts. These axes, x-axis and y-axis, this is our plane. This plane is divided by x-axis and y-axis in 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 parts are known as quadrants. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. These 4 parts are known as quadrants moving anti-clockwise, going anti-clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this plane which is divided by these axes is known as Cartesian plane or XY plane. This plane which is divided by these axes is known as Cartesian plane or XY plane. Now let us locate a point on xy plane. एक पॉइंट को लोकेट करेंगे हम xy प्लेन पे. See here, this is our y axis and this is our x axis. This is our origin. Positive numbers 1 2 3 4, negative numbers -1 -2 -3. Similarly, positive numbers 1 2 3 and negative numbers -1 -2 -3. Now let us consider a point P. This is point P. Now when we draw a perpendicular to y-axis from this point, Pn is perpendicular to y-axis from point P, and Pm is perpendicular from point P on x-axis. Now perpendicular from point P on y-axis is known as x coordinate of this point P. I am repeating, perpendicular from point P on y-axis is known as x coordinate of point P, or known as abscissa of point P. Now Pn is equal to 4 units because OM equal to 4 units. OM is 4 unit, therefore Pn is 4 unit. So abscissa of point P is 4 because this distance is 4 units. So abscissa or x coordinate is the perpendicular distance from point to the y-axis. So abscissa of this point is 4 units. Similarly, perpendicular drawn from point P on x-axis is 3 units. This is our Pm perpendicular to x-axis, which is 3 units, and Pm is equal to 3 units because On equal to 3 units. This distance Pm is known as ordinate of point P or y coordinate of point P. Therefore y coordinate of the point P is 3 or ordinate of point P is 3. I am repeating, perpendicular distance from point to x-axis is known as ordinate of the point, and perpendicular from point to y-axis is known as abscissa. Similarly, you can read here, I have written already, the x coordinate of a point is perpendicular distance of point from y-axis is known as abscissa of given point. Similarly, and the y coordinate of the point is perpendicular distance of point from x-axis is known as ordinate of point. Let us see this point Q. Now this is Q point, and perpendicular distance of Q from y-axis is 2 units. QS is perpendicular on y-axis. This is 2 units because OR is 2 unit. Also QR perpendicular to x-axis and QR equal to OS equal to 3 units. Distance cannot be negative, but abscissa and ordinate can be negative, as point Q lies in 3rd quadrant and we are going negative direction of x-axis and negative direction of y-axis. Therefore here distance is 2 units, perpendicular distance is 2 unit and 3 unit respectively, but abscissa is -2 because we are on negative side of x-axis. Also negative side of y-axis, therefore ordinate is -3. Now you can see here, therefore coordinate of the point P is shown by, पहले एब्सीसा लिखा जाएगा, बाद में ऑर्डिनेट आएगा, पहले एक्स कोऑर्डिनेट और बाद में वाई कोऑर्डिनेट। पी के कोऑर्डिनेट जो होते हैं एक्स कोऑर्डिनेट, वाई कोऑर्डिनेट। तो पी के कोऑर्डिनेट हमने फाइंड आउट किए 4,3 और क्यू के कोऑर्डिनेट हमने फाइंड आउट किए -2, -3। डिस्टेंस वाज 2 and 3, but we are on negative side of x-axis and negative side of y-axis. Therefore abscissa is -2 and ordinate is also -3. Now let us move on quadrants. See here, this figure we have coordinate axis. This is our xy plane, and this xy plane divided by coordinate axis in 4 parts: 1, 2, 3, 4. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. Now see, let us take first quadrant. Here first quadrant we have locate point P. To locate point P, we are going right side of x-axis, that means positive side of x-axis, and positive side of y-axis. Therefore in first quadrant both abscissa and ordinate are positive. So when both abscissa and ordinate are positive, then the point will lie in first quadrant. Let us consider our second quadrant. In second quadrant we are going negative x-axis and positive y-axis. So here in second quadrant abscissa is negative and ordinate is positive. Abscissa will be negative and ordinate will be positive. In third quadrant we are going negative side of x-axis and negative side of y-axis. So here in third quadrant abscissa and ordinate both are negative. And in fourth quadrant we can see we are going positive x-axis and negative y-axis. So abscissa is positive, x coordinate is positive, and y coordinate, that means ordinate, is negative. On x-axis ordinate is 0, that is in form of plus minus a, 0, depending upon positive direction of x-axis or negative direction of x-axis. Let us consider this point 2. Now 2 is lying on x-axis, so coordinate of this point is 2, 0. Similarly -4 on negative x-axis, so this point will, the coordinate of this point will be -4, 0. So on x-axis ordinate will be 0, and on y-axis abscissa will be 0. For example, this point 3, the coordinate of this point will be 0, 3, and coordinate of this point will be 0, -4, because we are on negative side of y-axis. So on x-axis the point will be in the form of plus minus a, 0 according to positive x-axis or negative x-axis, and on y-axis abscissa will be 0, the point in the form of 0, plus minus a according to positive y-axis or negative y-axis, and on origin both abscissa and ordinate are 0, 0. So coordinate of this origin is 0, 0. This is explanation of coordinate axis, Cartesian plane and quadrants. In next video we will discuss our examples of coordinate geometry. Thank you.